All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make a video on how to read cladograms and phylogenetic trees because I think this is something on the quiz that you're going to need a little bit more help with. So one thing you need to keep in mind is the direction that time is moving. Notice my big black arrow down here is time, and notice it's moving in that direction. Okay, it moves from the root of the tree, this is the root of the tree right there, all the way to the descendants. Okay, so that direction. So don't forget that, that's important. The next thing you're going to want to know is how recent did species share a common ancestor, which is the question I have in yellow up here. Okay, how recent did species share a common ancestor? If it's more recent, they're more related. Okay, so the more recently you shared an ancestor, the more related you are. So let's work through question 5 together. Is the lamprey more related to the tuna or the lancet? Now I marked the common ancestors on here for you. You'd have to do this on your own on the test, okay? But the lancet's common ancestor with the lamprey is in blue. Let me show you how I found that. I follow the tree, okay, to where the two intersect. So you can see here that that is where the lancet and the lamprey intersected. That's why that was their ancestor. Same thing goes for the tuna and the lamprey. You just have to find where they meet. Okay, so that's their recent common ancestor. And what you're going to find is that the tuna is more related to the lamprey than is the lancet. And now this is really weird, right? Because the lamprey and the lancet look similar, but because of the fact that the tuna and the lamprey share a more recent ancestor, they're actually more related. Let's do this one down here for the lamprey and the leopard. Now, we actually are able to use the same X's because of how this was set up. So the leopard, its most recent common ancestor with the lamprey, is the red X, and then the lancet's is the blue X still. So what we find is that this is weird, right? The lamprey is more related to the leopard than it is to the lancet, right? And the reason, again, is because they share a more recent common ancestor. All right, we're going to go down here and do one more example. Are the crocodilians more closely related to birds or mammals? So I marked the common ancestors for us, right? And you should by now know how to do this. Find the common ancestor. You just go down the tree back in time. All right. For mammals, for crocodiles, would have been there and there. Okay. So which one is more recent? Well, clearly the red X is more recent. So therefore, crocodiles are more related to birds than they are to mammals. All right, so that's how you read cladograms or phylogenetic trees.